What's up, South Florida? Welcome to the Casting Couch, the show that gives hidden talent in South Florida some exposure. My name is Leela Elam, and I'm your host. Today's show is going to be exciting because we have Teddy Harrell Jr., who is the artistic director and producer for APACT. So come on back.
It's a soul flow thing. Shot in beautiful Miami, the Casting Couch is the perfect backdrop. The Casting Couch is designed to give hidden talent in South Florida exposure. What makes the Casting Couch unique is that it's totally interactive. Social media driven. Tweet us and like us on Facebook at Casting Couch TV. You can also watch past and current episodes by logging on to thecastingcouchtv.com. Casting Couch TV, uncovering South Florida's hidden talent. APAC, the African American Performing Arts Community Theater, has produced powerful and thought-provoking plays and musicals in South Florida since 2001. This not-for-profit theater company encouraged seasoned as well as amateur actors to audition for future productions. Please visit APAC at www.apac.com for more details. APAC, building better communities through theater. In 2004, the Casting Couch was introduced as a live Sunday night event that showcased national and international talent. Although the show was geared towards individuals establishing a performing arts community, Casting Couch has evolved to be a show about hidden talent in South Florida. In 2012, the idea of the Casting Couch was revisited with vigor. Slightly tweaked, the Casting Couch TV show focused primarily on the entertainment industry as it pertained to South Florida. Shot in beautiful Miami, this show is designed to give hidden talent in South Florida exposure. Although the main premise is focused on entertainment, the show will discuss social issues that affect Miami society.
Welcome back. On today's show, we have a true South Florida entertainment trailblazer and pioneer. He began his entertainment career in elementary school. He's toured Europe with the legendary group The Drifters, and he's here today to talk about the upcoming projects with his theater company, APAC. Please welcome Teddy Harrell Jr. to the show. Hey, Teddy.
Hey, Lita.
Mwah. Mwah.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Please have a seat on the couch.
Thank you so much.
Now, you are the artistic director and producer at APACT. That's AAPACT. Can you tell us what that stands for and what kind of work in your mission statement are you doing over at APACT?
It stands for the African American Performing Arts Community Theater, and our mission has always been to introduce wonderful new plays by Black playwrights, who are not getting the work out, and also by the wonderful other playwrights like August Wilson and some of those others, and to have our South Florida actors to be in these productions. You know, there's not enough work out there for South Florida actors, as you know, and there need to be more work, and we just want to have another vehicle, just be another company that can actually produce shows, introduce new works, and to give everybody a chance to work. Culturally, that really has been one of our missions.
Now, last week, as a matter of fact, I saw your most recent production of the Amen Corner, and it was a packed Sunday matinee, which is a wonderful thing to be able to do. And so tell me, how did that production go for you? And you had a very large cast, so tell me something about that.
Well, let me tell you. Now, first off, you were there with another wonderful actress, Carrie Hart, and I was like sweating bullets. I said, I got these two divas in the audience. That's the first thing. But no, the play itself, James Baldwin's wonderful work. I mean, incredible work. And the actors that I had in the play, 13 incredible actors, all from South Florida, just doing their thing on the stage. The audiences were really receptive to it, and that play itself, very entertaining. I mean, really pulls the audiences in. We just enjoy doing that type of work that really, really just stands, I mean, it stood the test of time to do a play like that. And we're not the only company that has ever done the Amen Corner. All throughout the United States, Jacksonville had just closed the Amen Corner at the Actors Warehouse, and also other companies. I mean, it first opened at Howard University, and it went on to some wonderful Broadway acclaim for like 90 shows, you know, on Broadway. So it's just one of those plays that you just, as a Black theater company, you got to have that in your repertoire.
Yes. Now, how do you decide which plays you're going to produce during your season?
I pray on it. No, no, but really what it is that you want to do something that's not been done before. I look at plays that other companies haven't done, and I say, wow, let's do something that other companies haven't done, something that's going to be really meaty for the actors, something that's going to get the actors really interested, because when you're casting actors, you want to give them things that they say that they want to be on stage to do. And you want to be as daring as possible, too, as well. When we first started the company, we did a play called The Island. Two South African men on the stage in a South African prison, the same prison that Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. That had not been done in South Florida before. So we like to do plays that hadn't been done in South Florida as an African-American company. The other thing is that although we're an African-American company, we love doing plays that also showcase all types of ethnicities in South Florida. As you know, we have a strong Hispanic population here in South Florida. We also have a strong Haitian population. So when we can get Hispanic actors and Haitian actors on our stages to showcase their talents, that's great for us, because we're such a wonderful melting pot here in South Florida, and the actors here are just incredible.
Yes, I remember a show that you did, I think, before Amen Corner. You don't only hire African-American actors. I've noticed that you've hired people of all cultures.
Absolutely.
So that is a beautiful thing. Also, I wanted to ask you, you do your shows at the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center, exactly, which is a very important place in our community. I've actually performed there and it's seen several shows there. How is that working out with you being your home, APAC's home, being inside of the center?
The first show I did with you was at the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center.
Yes.
Love Will Come Again was the play musical that we did together.
Yes.
It's a wonderful black box theater. It seats about maybe comfortably 100 people in there. It's a county-driven center. It's actually ran by the wonderful Mr. Marshall Davis, who is just an angel for us there. It's our home as a company. As you know, many companies, they need a home, someplace to be at, to do what we do. A lot of companies are in warehouses. You can't all be in the Adrian Arch Center, you know, but when you can be in some place that you can call your own and your audience knows consistently that I'm coming back to see this company here at this place, it's really fun to be in. And sometimes Brownsville, Liberty City, we get a bad light over us, but it's really safe and sound. We've never had a problem with our audiences coming in, and God bless them. The theater reviewers come out to see our play. These are Caucasian theater reviewers from the Miami Herald, from the Sun Sentinel, from the Florida On Stage, Bill Hirschman, Christine Dolan. They come out to see our plays, and we welcome them, and they're not scared to come to the hood to see what we do. So it's wonderful.
Now, you just mentioned Love Will Come Again.
Yes.
Now, that was a musical, and I remember that you sang and you also played piano in the show. Yeah. So why don't you tell us some more of the things that you do besides directing and acting? You're very musical. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, you know, before I actually talked to a couple of my friends in the theater world, such as John Pryor, Andre Gainey, about starting a company, I was on the road with the Drifters in Europe for about a year. It was fun, and let me tell you how I ended up there. I was majoring in musical theater at the University of Miami. And what happened is that I saw an audition notice. And so I went to the audition, and I did it as a joke, because I was in my last year at the University of Miami, getting ready to graduate in musical theater. And I just did it as really a joke. And I went and I auditioned. It was like 300 men from all parts of the United States at this audition. I didn't even know who the Drifters were. Oh. I had no clue who they were. I didn't know none of their songs. So I got up there and I sang a song, and I walked out with some of my friends who also students at UM who came to audition too. So we were laughing. And so I get a call the next week saying that we're gonna fly you out to Spain to perform with this group. And I'm thinking, because I'm on full scholarship at UM, so the first person I called was John Cicada, who wasn't the Grammy Award winner at the time, but he was my voice teacher at Miami-Dade. And I asked John, because John was very instrumental in getting me into the University of Miami. So I said to John, John, what am I gonna do? I mean, he said, you better do it. He said, you can always come back to school. So I did it, and it was like the best thing I could have done for myself as an entertainer to get that experience, because in the classroom, we don't learn that part of the world. You don't learn being on the road. You don't learn 7 nights a week singing every night. You know, you don't learn that. You don't learn what it is like to coexist with other performers backstage and all of the drama sometimes that you go through, or working with producers. You don't learn that, and how to deal with audiences. You don't learn that in the classroom. But it was a great experience for me.
Oh, that sounds so exciting.
It was.
I'm jealous.
It really was.
Well, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we are going to be introduced by Teddy to his fabulous cast members of their new show. So you stick around. I want to see you right back here in a few minutes.
It's a soul flow thing. Shot in beautiful Miami, the casting couch is the perfect backdrop. The casting couch is designed to give hidden talent in South Florida exposure. What makes the casting couch unique is that it's totally interactive. Social media driven. Tweet us and like us on Facebook at Casting Couch TV. You can also watch past and current episodes by logging on to thecastingcouchtv.com. Casting Couch TV, uncovering South Florida's hidden talent. APAC, the African American Performing Arts Community Theater, has produced powerful and thought-provoking plays and musicals in South Florida since 2001. This not-for-profit theater company encouraged seasoned as well as amateur actors to audition for future productions. Please visit APAC at www.apac.com for more details. APAC, building better communities through theater. In 2004, the Casting Couch was introduced as a live Sunday night event that showcased national and international talent. Although the show was geared towards individuals establishing a performing arts community, Casting Couch has evolved to be a show about hidden talent in South Florida. In 2012, the idea of the Casting Couch was revisited with vigor. Slightly tweaked, the Casting Couch TV show focused primarily on the entertainment industry as it pertained to South Florida. Shot in beautiful Miami, this show is designed to give hidden talent in South Florida exposure. Although the main premise is focused on entertainment, the show will discuss social issues that affect Miami society.
Welcome back to the Casting Couch. We're here at the lovely Gallery Blue in Liberty City, and I would like to let you know that you could follow us on Twitter at The Casting Couch, and please also like us on Facebook at The Casting Couch fan page. Now we're back with Teddy Harrell Jr., and he has brought two members of the cast of his upcoming show, Anne and Emmett. Please, Teddy, please welcome your guests and tell us who they are.
Thank you so much, Leela. I am delighted to introduce the wonderful actors who play in our Anne and Emmett, the beautiful Miss Zasha, Shary, and also she plays our Anne Frank, and also the handsome Mr. Shawn Burgess, who plays our Emmett Till.
Hi, Leela.
Thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, my name is Zasha. This is my first time doing theater, making my debut, and I'm really excited, really grateful with Teddy. Grateful with Shawn, because thanks to him, I went to the audition, and obviously to God. I'm really excited. This is going to be a challenging role, and Frank is a very known young girl that went through a lot and at her young age, and it's going to be very challenging to be able to portray that. But I think with the help of my cast, of my director, and with God, I'm going to be able to do that.
Oh, I love your attitude. I can't wait to see you on stage.
Thank
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
And Shawn, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you just said, my name is Shawn Burgess, and I've been doing, actually, I'm kind of new to theater myself down here. I'm currently attending Barry University, and I'm about to graduate next semester, thank God, and hopefully start acting more and more in South Florida. I'm excited to be a part of this production, mostly because it's, on some aspect, we both identify with Anne and Emmett, and we are kind of like retelling history and living these people's lives. So it's an honor. It's something we don't take lightly. And I guess that's where the nerves do come in, because I would hurt. So it's something about telling someone's life, because unfortunately, like a lot of people, they don't know about Emmett Till. Actually, before auditioning, I didn't know who he was, to be honest. And then coming to the audition, I learned so much about myself, about the character. And then now just portraying him, like she said, is just, it's something big, it's an honor, but it's fun. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. I mean, when we go to rehearsal, we have a great time.
Yeah.
And it's a great show. It's moving, it's empowering. We get so much insightfulness and so much revelation when we're reading the script. So, I mean, I'm just excited for it. I am.
That must be a little intimidating, maybe, playing actual historical figures, real people.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been doing research on Emmett Till and Anne Frank?
Me personally, I had to, because like I said, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know that he even existed until the audition. And then now, I mean, just little things that we found out about him from the internet sources, from his mother's book that got published right before she died about 2-3 years ago. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of character research. I mean, unfortunately, there's not as much as on Emmett as there is Anne, because Anne there's so many plays about her, and then her diary is so famous, and because she was a Holocaust victim. But I mean, research is being done. What about you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, during middle school, high school, you get to read the diary of Anne Frank. But when I got casted, I had to really start looking into certain things, because there's a lot of different languages that I'm going to be using during the play, because she was very well educated by her father in school. So I started to research those things, and I also researched Emmett Till because I didn't know who he was, and I wanted to know his story. And it was very touching to me that even though they lived at totally different times, they had to go through so much oppression. And like he said, even today in this day and age, we have to go through that. You know, they're very young, and you know, we're a little bit older than them, but it doesn't matter what age, it doesn't matter what day and place you're in, you can still go through that oppression. And maybe through this, people that feel oppressed will be able to speak out and know that they have a way out and to find goodness. Because what I love about Anne Frank is that even though she went through a lot of things and the Nazis and the Dutch police were after her, the Jews, she still believed in the goodness of people. And that to me was beautiful. She didn't let them take her dreams away, take away her passions of being a writer, of writing plays, and maybe one day being a movie star, like she said. And I think it's so beautiful that she believed in that goodness, that she believed in God, that she didn't let anybody take away her beliefs in what God was going to do for her. And that to me is beautiful because I can identify with her in that a lot.
Well, this sounds like a very inspiring story. What made you choose Anne and Emmett?
I was searching on the internet, Leela, and just looking for a new place that we can do as a company, something to bring to Miami. And I said Anne and Emmett, and then I looked more into it. Anne Frank meets Emmett Till.
Right.
And I said, wow, this is kind of unique. And then when you go on the website, you saw that it was done for Obama. You know, Michael Douglas was actually in the audience while they did it in Washington. And it just left St. Louis. It's in New York now, just finishing up. It's really a popular one-act play. And as you can see, these two incredible actors are really into it. They're actually dressed as the roles right now, you know. And it's really chilling because just before we came in here, I was telling my mom in the car, I said, Mom, you're going to get to meet Emmett Till, somebody that when you were young that you heard about what happened to him, and Anne Frank. And I took a picture with the two of them, the three of them, and it's just really, that's really just unique. And I think when people see this, they're going to be really, you know, it's going to remind them of certain things, and it's going to create an awareness in both of these characters, especially in the African-American community who don't really know that much about Anne Frank. We've read her in middle school and in high school too. It is required reading her diary, but still, I mean, if you poll about maybe 10 African Americans walking down the street, have you ever heard of Anne Frank? They probably would say my aunt, you know, something like that. You know, Anne Frank, you know, they wouldn't relate it to her. You know, I was in the doctor's office the other day, and I had the diary with me, reading it, and an African American lady who was doing some therapy with me, she says, "Why are you reading the diary of Anne Frank?" And I told her I'm a director, and we're doing it. She said, "My goodness, that's unique.
Yes,
I can't believe that, you know, for an African American to be reading her diary, you know, but we should." I mean, I can relate so much to her as an African American of what she went through, and also her prolific writing. She was a wonderful writer. She was so smart. I mean, wow. I wish I could have met her because she was really a beautiful person, really.
And my many times of seeing APAC productions, I've always noticed that you have a very multicultural audience as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to hope and assume that you'll probably get the same thing with this show and this cast. It sounds like such a wonderful thing to be doing this season.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, let me tell you something about Zasha. She is a mafia. She knows everybody. She knows everybody. Already we gotten all these hits on Facebook, you know, but also Shawn does too through his Barry University connections and all his friends. And I want to tell the people to please go to APAC.com, to please get more information about our play, APAC.com, to please learn about what we're doing, APAC.com, because I was told to say APAC.com. But really, that's our spin out there, and I'm so glad that your producer, Mr. Keith Harrell, told us to really spin that out, you know. And also they can see us on Facebook, and we're all Facebook friends, to see what we're doing, and we all support each other here in South Florida Theater. We really do. We support the arts here, all of us.
We'll be right back. This is the Casting Couch.
APAC, the African American Performing Arts Community Theater, has produced powerful and thought-provoking plays and musicals in South Florida since 2001. This not-for-profit theater company encouraged seasoned as well as amateur actors to audition for future productions. Please visit APAC at www.apac.com for more details. APAC, building better communities through theater. It's a soul flow thing. Shot in beautiful Miami, the Casting Couch is the perfect backdrop. The Casting Couch is designed to give hidden talent in South Florida exposure. What makes the Casting Couch unique is that it's totally interactive. Social media driven. Tweet us and like us on Facebook at Casting Couch TV. You can also watch past and current episodes by logging on to thecastingcouchtv.com.
Welcome back. I'm Leela Elam, and you're watching The Casting Couch. My guest today is Teddy Harrell Jr., founding producer and director of APAC Theater. And he's also brought Shawn and Zasha, two of his cast members from the upcoming show, Anne and Emmett. Now, Teddy, you are Teddy Harrell Jr. I want to ask you a question about Teddy Harrell Sr., your father, who I remember very well as a very big arts supporter. I would see him at all the local events. So I know that you are not only musical, but you're also an actor. So I want you to tell me, what part did your father play in encouraging you to do what you do in the arts?
Well, the part that he played was the biggest support that he gave before he passed away to our company. He became a board member along with my mother, Leotha, and just having him involved in what I was doing with this particular company was just, it was gold for me, because when you can have family who support you and who love you right in your circle, that is like the greatest thing. Mm-hmm. And then his artistic stuff of the Oratorial Society. That
yes, I remember watching you perform before.
Absolutely, you know, so that was a lot of background for him. And I think he really wanted to be an actor too as well, you know, but to have them as board members of our company, along with Tanika, who is now also a board member too, it's just, that's just been really good for us. I miss him a great deal. I'm so glad that you asked about him, because he still remains in our spirit, and he was the backbone of our company.
And I'm sure he's looking down and he's very proud, and we always still see Mom
Absolutely.
At the performances.
Absolutely.
So that's great that you had such a wonderful support system from your family.
Thank
we
you
all
so
need
much
that.
for asking about
Absolutely,
him. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I want to thank the three of you for being here.
Can I give a shout out? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Give a shout out, please.
Before I just say, the writer of this play is Janet Langhart Cohen. Okay. She is actually a writer for the Huffington Post. She wrote this incredible play, Anne and Emmett, and she is just a remarkable writer, a remarkable person. She is married to William S. Cohen, a former Secretary of Defense for the Bill Clinton administration, and I hope that she will come to South Florida to see our play. Janet, please come to South Florida to see our play. Janet, please come to South Florida to see our play. And I want to thank Casting Couch, you, Keith, for having us on. We really love you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here. This has been such an interesting show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now, next week, it's going to get hot on the couch. Woo! Because we have two of South Florida's hottest hunks, Andre Gainey and Will Barnes, are going to be on the show. So make sure you stay tuned and watch that. Thanks again to my guests, and you all rest up, be good, and we'll see you next time.